songwriting process for us surprisingly hasn't evolved that much through the history of the band.
The typical songwriting process for us is Jeff coming in with a riff. It always starts with a riff, and all of us just working on that.
I come up with the riffs, and I'm pretty terrible at putting actual songs and sections together, so usually I just leave that up to the other boys. They're better at that. Luke's pretty good at putting stuff together.
We'll just have a riff or two, and Jeff and I will learn it, we'll play it together. Gaz will just bring out some beat, and we just build from that. Then someone will have a breakdown we'll add in, someone will have another riff, and us four will just talk.
My input for the band has always been writing lyrics, structuring vocals, and as the band's progressed, we've all taken on the role of structuring songs full stop.
I write a lot of the breakdowns and I can structure songs, but none of that would even start without the initial riff.
My part is I write a bass line, and then we get in the studio and Adam hears the bass line and says, "Give me the fucking bass and get out of here."
We've never written a song based off lyrics, we've never written a song based off a whole drum part. There's definitely different little parts, but it's based around the guitar riffs basically.
Winston tries to slot the lyrics into our music, which is, I guess that's not the way most bands do it, but it seems to work okay with us.
I can't play a single instrument. I'm banned from the drum kit, banned from the guitars, and I wouldn't touch a bass if my life depended on it. So basically all I have is vocals.
I got this one idea for the new CD. I was thinking of writing this riff that goes bong.
Structuring of songs and stuff like that kind of has definitely taken its twists and turns throughout the history of the band, but in the end it comes down to Jeff and his magic old man fingers.
Or maybe even this other bit that has alternating guitars. Bong, 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 bong.
I always get asked if we're a hardcore or a metal band. For me, I don't really care.
Obviously, if you're a metal band, you come from the metal scene, so it's like Parkway came from the hardcore scene. Those dudes built a hardcore scene in their town.
Grew up listening to punk, grew up listening to hardcore. Metal is just sort of what we play.
Parkway Drive, in my opinion, is, when it comes to the music, a pretty much full-on metal band, but the kids playing it are definitely hardcore kids.
They play like straight up metalcore, but the people involved in the band are straight up hardcore kids.
They don't have any of that typical metal or rock star attitude a lot of other metal bands have.
Metal's way more overblown and hairstyles and shit, so I mean, although they've got that sound and people could say, yeah, they're metal riffs, I really see it as the attitude, and it's a hardcore attitude.
Sound-wise, they are a straight-up metal band, but I think as the guys in the band, they're all like, I don't think many of them even listen to metal music.
I know nothing about metal, to be honest. I've never given off the impression I do. I have nothing against it, but it's just never been me.
I'm not really into metal at all. I've never listened to metal, and I probably never will, to be honest. I think our metal influence comes a lot from Jeff and a lot from more modern sort of metalcore bands.
I mean, our music's fairly metal, but as people, we're definitely not metal people. We don't drink, we don't have long black hair and lips.
Obviously, I think they play more metal music, but I'd consider them maybe even more of a hardcore band just because of their ethics, the way that they do things.
Parkway Drive are a hardcore band. I don't care what anyone says. They take bands on tour, they've taken my band on tour to make us play in front of people that would never even fucking have heard of us. They're bringing bands over from the States to do the same thing, and they don't have to do that. They could take whoever the fuck they wanted on tour and just pay them $100 a show. But instead they're putting their own money on the line and giving other bands a chance because they're in a position to do so. And to me, that is hardcore, to help out other bands and help out your friends' bands.
If people want to put a label on us, then they can choose it for themselves. I'm not really too concerned with it.
When your lungs gone
Parkway Drive isn't a straight edge band. We have straight edge members.
Winston, Gaz and Pi are all straight edge. They've been straight edge for years.
I drink on occasion, probably 2 to 3 times a year. I don't really see the point in drinking it all the time.
We've never been a band that gets drunk, goes out and has cocaine on their riders, or basically acts like rock star fuckwits.
I've got nothing against people that do it, it's their choice, but for me, what's the point? Our job is to travel around the world. We have great lives, and why would you want to compromise that by being so drunk that you feel like shit and so stoned or high that you don't even know where the fuck you are?
The whole idea of being in this band in the first place was having fun, doing it with music. We've seen enough people in our town get fucked over by drugs that the last thing we want to do is promote it to other people.
Basically, I'm stoked that our band chooses to have fun and hang out without alcohol or any other drugs. It's great.
Be it personal choice or not, this band isn't one that condones the idea of wrecking your life through substance abuse.
It's patience trying when you tell me how to live. Well, you don't know anything. Your expectations are wearing thin. You won't even take a look to see another way. You
What about the boys? Pretty good, man. I think that's a bit of powder.
I'm not coming the same old. I don't leave them the same old story. Not coming the same old. Tell my head that should be. I'm not coming the same old. I don't leave them the same old story. Not coming the same old. Done with yours. I'm living my life for me. Tell me, Father, did I turn out so bad? Didn't I look up to you? Took every piece of advice you had. Go to school, get a job. Send me on your way. You won't even listen to me. Take your dreams and go away. I'm not coming the same old. I don't leave them the same old story. Not coming the same old. Don't know who you think I should be. I'm not coming the same old. I don't leave them the same old story. Not coming the same old. Done with yours. I'm living my life for me. For so long I tried to understand the point. You all made up with your mind. Now it's time for me to find it for myself. I'm getting better, but don't need no help. You never listen to both sides of the story. You never listen, you won't listen to me. I'm not covering the same old. I don't leave them the same old story. Not covering the same old. Don't know who you think I should be. I'm not covering the same old. I don't leave them the same old story. Not covering the same old. Done with yours. I'm living mine for me.